All right, I'm standing out front of 5839 McLeod. It's a little one-bedroom house. It's an unfinished attic area. We're gonna leave it that way. Okay. To start off, I think the first thing we need to do is just put a handrail on this. So let's paint this all so that it's the same color, maybe like a dark brown, and then we'll clean up that piece of trim there that's got paint on it, and we'll put some railings around this just so that it looks finished off. Maybe not all the way around, but maybe just on that side, and we'll paint this so that it looks nice, and we'll put some handrails up here too. So some nice new pressure treated handrail there and along that side, okay? And then maybe run something along there to finish off that opening that you see. It's the first thing I'd like to do. Second thing I'd like to do is all three exterior doors have some really messed up lock system going on. So each one of them needs a deadbolt and a doorknob. Okay, outside you can see that there's a bunch of mess, but that is what it is. We'll just have to probably spray the weeds with Roundup. It's really the best we're gonna be able to do at this price range. I don't know if the landlord wants to maybe put some fresh gravel on this section right here, but we'll look at that. And we can just, we'll go with everything for now, and we'll slowly scale it back if the landlord wants, or we can go with everything if she wants that too, whatever. Now out here, we've got some security cameras and wires hanging all over the place, so let's get rid of those. Look at this horrible mess of ugly patio stones. Like, it just looks like a nightmare. So cleaning that up is gonna be really difficult, and I can't imagine anybody wanting to maintain this yard for the next 3 years at all if this is going to stay there. So my only thought is, why don't we just put some 4x4 posts strategically located through this, you know, maybe like 12 posts, and let's build a nice big huge deck off the back. It doesn't need to be very high, just about that height right there. Got to get rid of that hot tub obviously, but that would be a really, with like a nice 45-degree corner here that comes up to the house, just to cover all this stuff. And that will actually, on this side, proceed all the way to tie into that rear entrance, which would be a really nice feature coming off the back of the house, having this deck, right, that encompasses this whole thing. Be a really cool feature. I could see people really wanting to enjoy this because it is a nice big private yard. There is, however, more garbage back here we got to get rid of. There's an old trailer with no wheels, all this crap back here. The shed seems to be okay. I don't know what the inside looks like. And then we can focus on just cutting the grass and keeping the yard nice. And I could see somebody with the deck and those exterior upgrades actually caring about the outside of this house. Now, when you come in the kitchen off of the back here, I'd like all of these registers, any register you see, pull them up, take them outside. Let's spray paint them black so they're nice and fresh. These ones are already black, but you can see they're dirty and stained, and it was can of spray paint would be nice and cheap and easy to do. There's probably about 4 or 5 in the house. You come in, you see the ceilings are actually really nice. They're in good shape. Okay, I don't see a lot of issues here at all. It's got a nice character to it. I just don't like the lights. So what I want to do is I want to remove this with a track, replace it with a 6 or 7 light track light that can showcase the kitchen. And I want to replace this with a chandelier that can be used as a dining table light. But what I'd like is have an extra long chain, put a hook in it about here so we can stagger it away from the door and have the light hanging about there so that the table can be here rather than in front of the doorway. Also, what needs to happen is this little section here, I think we need to widen this a bit, maybe take it to here so that we can get rid of these shelves. And we'll put a stackable, well, we might not need to get rid of the top one, but we for sure got to get rid of this one. Then we can put our stackable washer and dryer in here. We can come up, get the specs for the new unit, find out exactly how far over we got to come, and then we got a nice enclosed laundry set right there. We don't even need a door on the front. We'll just leave it open, but it needs to be finished off nice. Next thing is I want to move the stove from there to here. We're going to get rid of that cabinet and that cabinet and toss it. We'll buy a new base cabinet to go on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the stove. And we'll put a new cabinet up on the right, sorry, on the left, on the right, and above the stove with a hood fan. And that will make this flow really nice. This will all feel like a nice kitchen area. We'll move the fridge right here. Hopefully that fridge works good. If it does, we'll put it there. If not, we'll have to buy a new one. And we'll keep this existing kitchen. I don't think it's in bad shape. I just think it needs a better final coat of paint. You can see it was kind of just haphazardly done. I think if we put some more effort into it, we'll do a better job. I'm also seeing some mouse poop in there, so we may want to look into some pest control or mouse control, whatever, just to make sure that's not an ongoing issue for anybody. All right, so we can clean up the insides of these. Let's put new handles on all of them. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 new handles, plus whatever is going to be on these new cabinets. But you got 5 in total, 2 base, 3 uppers. Take that stove, move it there, as I said earlier. Now that will require an electrician to run a hood vent and a stove plug, but I'm noticing we don't have GFIs here anyway, so it looks like we're probably going to have some electrical that we need addressed by an electrician just to be safe. We should probably have GFIs there, which means we'll probably need a couple on this side as well. And then we'll have to, while he's here, go in the basement, pull the wire down, bring it up over there, okay? And let's make sure these wires are properly suited for the stove. I mean the fridge, I'm sorry. And whatever this extra one is, we don't need. And let's just go around the house, give it a quick once over, just have them check all the plugs and receptacles, make sure they're in good working order. Then I want to go right on top of this floor with a nice, beautiful, brand new vinyl floor. Okay, we can carry it right into here like this, and down these stairs. Now the actual bottom part here, this landing, this is gonna stay tile, it's fine, okay? But this here is this really weird door. It's kind of ugly, but it is what it is. I don't think anyone's gonna go down there very much anyway, so we'll just leave it. We'll paint around here, clean up put some new mud, maybe some trim around this, just to hide this. Maybe do a nicer job with the hinges. As you can see, it just looks raunchy. But other than that, I think the white paint on the walls and the ceilings and everything looks clean and sharp, and that's the new look these days anyway. Especially once we get the new flooring in, it's gonna have a big impact. I'd like to replace this light with one that doesn't have paint all over it, and that's just a cheap flush mount that doesn't have the little nipple in the middle. And anything that's in here that looks like this, maybe we'll put new Decora switches and faceplates everywhere. Okay, let's put a new flush mount light fixture there. In here, I just think that we need just to put some DAP in the crack so your eye isn't drawn to it, in those 2 seams, and that'll hide that nice. But the walls are clean. I like the paneling, it's sharp. And what we'll do is we'll put brand new laminate floor in here. You can see there's a couple more registers we're gonna have painted. So we're gonna keep the walls white, nice laminate floors, nice vinyl floors in there. It's gonna look sweet. We'll have the laminate run all the way into this cute little nook up front here. Now in here, I'd like to go buy a custom pre-hung door. It has to be custom because the jamb width is irregularly narrow, and we'll have it fit nicely on here. We'll trim it in. This will be the bedroom, obviously. We need some kind of a door, a bifold door or something on this closet. Okay, here's your light switch, which is reversed. It's like set up opposite. But as far as this molding and stuff, we'll just leave it, you know. Everything else looks okay. Maybe in here we'll fill in some of these holes with some dry decks, and maybe we'll DAP the seams on some of the cracks along the trim here, just to make it look less unfinished. But once we put the new laminate floors in, we're gonna need to put new quarter round in anyways, so